Hello, everybody. So now we're gonna get going here on. I have a letter here you can see on my screen. Oops, I don't want to letter. I want test flight. T-E-S-T. Test flight. Okay, so this has to do with Photoshop Express. And so you go to the App Store and get Test Flight. This is all in effort to get you a copy of Photoshop Express without having to pay some exorbitant price for it. So, and then when when they come up with a new beta, you can see on here it says Photoshop Express Beta, and down at the bottom it says Open Test Flight. So I'm going to tap on that on my iPad, and this will say renew, but I've already renewed, so it says open. So we're going to open it. Notice it expires in 80 days. Well, in the next month or so, they're going to send you another letter and ask you to renew, because they always want you to have a version that has, more bugs fixed up. All right, so we're going to go touch open, and now we have Photoshop Express. And then you go, instead of recents, we're going to do albums. And we're going to see where it says photo class. Of course, you can't hardly see my hand because I got a full screen over here on the right side. How cool is that? That took me about 4 or 5 days to figure out how to do that. So photo class, just hit that. And then these are all the images. See, how cool is that? I move it up, it moves up. I move down, it moves down. So we're going to look through these and try to find an image that needs some work. This gal here needs her face brightened up. So this is a classic situation where you have, see if I can expand her a little bit. So it is a beach scene, strong sun coming in from the right. You can tell by the shadows. So we're going to go down here to adjustments. And we're going to hit lighting. And lighting has right here where it says shadows. So we're gonna, you see, look how her face lightens up, which is almost like I have a flash, but I didn't. So there we go. We're going to turn that up all the way, and now you can see her face. How magical is that? We're going to come over here to reduce noise, luminance noise. So this is a magical thing. Takes out all the wrinkles on a woman's face. Removes all the wrinkles. So we go there, and then I'm going to hit shadows. Sharpen, which is right next to luminance noise. And just turn that a little bit so you can see the edges around the wood that's on the beach, and the edges around or top covering, kind of a shawl that's around her waist. So now we're done. So you go up on the very top. There's an arrow all the way over here on the very top left corner. You tap on that arrow, and then it's going to save. Do you want to save it? Don't save or cancel. We're going to save it. So now we'll see that picture. Where will that show up? Oh, I know where it's going to show up. We're going to go to albums and look at recents. There it is. Right there. There's the shot. It won't save it to my photo class unless I tell it to. So if I just save it, it'll go into recents. All right, so let's... So just to make sure you can get a copy of this Photoshop Express, it does that. Screen went blank here for a second. There we go. Test flight. I'm looking for the App Store, which shouldn't be hard to find. It's a big A, big blue A. Oh, come on, where are you buried? That's test flight. Let's go back to Photoshop Express and do another shot. But I'm going to change from recents to albums. And over here is photo class. Let's take a look at this young Indian girl. Took that picture 15 years or so ago. Can I tell on here when it was taken? So I was across, this is a big arena, and this young girl is waiting for her mother to fix up her hair and her feathers because she's going to be dancing in a Indian dance pretty soon. So I'm about, I'd say 200 feet away, had a telephoto lens. I had it turned up to like 1/4 0.003 of a second, real fast shutter speed. And when I looked at the picture, I zoom in here, she's looking at a bee. That's a honeybee right there. You can even see the wings. It's frozen in time. So I named that photo, Native Speaks with Nature, or something like that. Anyway, so we're in Photoshop Express. So my Judy, Marilyn's sister, who runs was the director of this Indian festival in Milwaukee, which is where this was taken, actually knows the girl and her parents, who's now, an 18-year-old. And she sent me her 18-year-old picture. So I got this one right next to that in my 416-1100 site. Okay, so now we're back. So since we're doing this adjustments with the shadow, I'm going to hit shadow here and let's brighten up her face. See how that is? I wish I had done that 15 years ago. 15 years ago, they didn't have this app. But you see how nice, you can go too much. But then you burn out the clothing and the hair, so you just want to lighten it up a little bit so you can see a little more of her details around her face and eyes and so forth. And then you can, when you start diddling with like highlights and turn that down, you run the risk of blousing up the color. So now I'm going to go up a little more shadow. There we go. So that looks pretty good. So let's save it. Touch the arrow up here in the very top left. There we go. It says save. I'm working on an iPad Pro. So it's touchscreen. So I'm really delighted that you can actually see this screen so well. I had a camera sitting right here before and trying to shoot the iPad, which was, I'm sending the camera back because now that we have, this, I'm using Ecamm, Ecamm, which is an app that you get on the App Store or ecamm.com. And it allows me to, I plug my iPad into my MacBook using a USB-C cable and just plugged it right in there, and it popped up on the screen as an available item. Which, how nice is that? Right up there in the scenes. So you can't see everything. I got this, I'm pointing at my laptop screen now, and now I'm coming over here, pointing over to my iPad. There's my iPhone that tells me how much time we got. Now, I almost have myself organized here. Okay. So these are photos that I found merit in to diddle with. So here's a favorite little picture of our. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Let's take cat pictures is always a favorite. So, a couple of things I don't like about this one. I mean, it's a cute picture of the cat covering up his face, saying, "Leave me alone, I want to sleep." So we're going to do adjustments. And just for the heck of it, let's touch this up on the top left side. There's a magic wand with 3 stars on it. Let's touch that. That's like, touch it again, it brings you back to where you were, I think. So touch it again. You gotta tap it just right. There it is. So that's what Adobe's algorithm adjustment will do. Now we can, I'm going to go back into this and the color temperature. See the area around her, right underneath her neck is a little yellowy. So we're going to pull this color temperature slider over as far as we can until that's too much. And that's too much other way. So that's the nice thing about these sliders. You can go back and forth and just get it just the way you want it. And that's about it, which is minus 17 or 18, which is a relatively significant change. And the other thing we can do here is we can turn down the saturation a little bit. When you turn it all the way, you got a black and white picture. You go all this way, and you got a mess. So we're going to go back to 0. So that's 0. Now we can turn it down just a little bit. Try to get rid of some of that yellow around her neck. I'd rather have that yellow gone and lose some of her pink nose. You know, so that's saturation with turning it down minus 40. That's a pretty drastic. So the other thing I would do is I would crop this and put this carpet up there. Who's cares about that? Let's make this picture a little bit more. That's the edge of her ear. Let's go the edge of the ear to the edge of the ear. So I think that looks better. So let's save it. Okay. I'm searching through these for, let's try to get another one. Oh, here's a screenshot of Ex Machina. So this is like a bionic, robotic woman. But the picture needs help. So we're gonna hit the automatic button, see what happens. So there's the arrow back. You can see the arrow turning to the left, and this one's turning right. So we can keep going back and forth with that. Let's leave the auto on and let's make some changes. Like they turn exposure up. I don't want to turn exposure up, so we'll turn it back. Then we're going to go to shadow, and we'll turn the shadow up just to brighten up a little bit. Turn her face and around the side of her body that's near me. Let's see what the black levels does. You can go back and forth on that one. That looks good right around there. Saturation. Leave that. Let's try dehaze. Get rid of. It's almost like there's smoke in the room. So let's use the dehaze. It's almost like a contrast thing. Clarity. This will sharpen up all the stuff around her arms, shoulders, all around here. All this mesh. That clarity thing brightens up that mesh. I mean, it's there for a reason. So let's show it. Luminous noise. We turn that up. Turn up the sharpen. That'll bring out a lot. All right, I think we've done all we can do with this. So we're gonna. Where's contrast? That's over here. So, oops. All right, touch that button right there. Save. I'm hunting for my next shot. This one right here. So you can see this bar. It's pretty dark. Let's see if we can use the same kind of tool for this one. So I'm going to hit light. It brings up a whole menu of things down here below. Like temperature, vibration, saturation, clarity, dehaze. It's not a dehaze candidate, but it is a one for shadows. So let's brighten up the shadows. Look at that. This lady right here in red. It's almost like that's how it was. We bring this up. It brightens up everything. Highlights, we can turn highlights down just a little bit. It's almost like dimming the lights. That's obviously, we were at this bar. Marilyn is sitting right on the other side of that lady in red. Blocking her out, she's on the other side of the bar. So we're turning down the highlights because we turned up the shadows. So this bar area is supposed to be not as well lit as the area back here in the restaurant, which is very brightly lit. So we're going to save that. Good job on that one. Here's another one. It's amazing, you know, the cameras have. So this is in the Washington airport, and we're sitting over on the right side of this picture. So I just stood up and shot down the gates all the way down to, you know, we're at gate 42, I think, which is behind the camera. And if you walk down here, the gate numbers, you see over here it says 35. So this is 36, 35, 34, and it keeps counting backwards. Behind me, the numbers are going up. All right, so adjustments. I touch light. And we're going to hit shadows. It's a popular thing. The camera exposes through all the lighting in the ceiling, and then it leaves everything else a little dark. So we have to get in here and fix it up. So you can't even, you know, on the lower right, you can't even see this guy reading the newspaper, or he's looking at his iPad. So now we do that, and it looks a little, smoky inside. So we've got to come over here to dehaze, and this will turn that up, and that'll get rid of that smoky look without losing the guy over there in the lower right corner. So I've done this a few times, as you can imagine. So whenever you hit the shadow thing, come over here to dehaze, and between the two you can get a nice balance. And then because you've made those kinds of adjustments, you have to look at the color and make sure that's not too crazy. And some of these red signs look a little bit, so see. So we push this slider, and the golden roof kind of lights up. Since we've been here, it looks about like that. So pretty good. Shadows. Let's boost that up a little bit more. Wow, very nice. Save that one. There's a microphone right here, so I'm going to reach underneath it. I got microphones everywhere. Okay, so let's find another one. This is always a good candidate. It's this guy right here, this airport. Oh no, this is up on our balcony. So that's got all kinds of problems. The biggest one, which shows an amateur photographer, is it's for Cali here as far as it's not, the horizontal line is not set right. So I've got, here aspect ratio, so now we're going to go here and rotate it. So you got aspect ratio, which means you can change the, this business, which I'm going to change actually. And let's do transform. That's a fun one. Now this can work right, or it can go crazy. Let's see what happens. All right, that's not too bad. So you see how it stretched the picture up that way and stretched it this way, and it got it so that building is square now. All right, so now we're going to go to aspect ratio, and we're going to, who wants to look at a bunch of palm fronds that are dark? So we'll do that. So that's the panorama kind of shape of the picture. Then we're going to come over here to adjustments. And so we're horizontal. It looks horizontal, right? I don't know. Let's go back to crop and go to rotate again. Yeah, we need to rotate him just a little bit. There we go. Now the building is lined up with the horizon. There's nothing more annoying than seeing a picture where it's like cockamamie. You got to have it straight across. Anytime you're taking a picture of on the water or whatever. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to adjustments. We're going to go to light. We're going to do shadows because we're going to brighten up. Barely. Brightening up the sky just a tad. Now we're going to come over all the way over here to luminance. I'm going to get rid of the noise, which is all the the pixelation and the fuzz, and then we'll sharpen it up a little bit so all the windows detail shows up better. That's good right about there. Let's go to saturation and see if we Get a little more colors in here. Now the building looks a little, so we're going to go to temperature, color temperature. And I'm going to push it all the way one way, see what happens, and I push it all the other way, it looks that way. So we're going to get right back in the middle again. And I think I'm going to pull it to the left. And that's going to get that building more of a beige color. One click either way, it makes a difference. Where's my haze? Dehaze. Let's dehaze it. That's better. So now you see the color on the roofs, you see color underneath this lighted canopy. Some color over there with the palm trees looks better. Save it. Saved. All right, let's see what else we got down here. There's a, you see these shots often. So, you know, this is a classic shot when people advertise for software that deals with, you know, people hacking into your computer and so forth. So that's the hacker. So, you know, I don't think we really want to see his eyes and his face. I don't. He's not an attractive person anyway, so yeah, let's darken him up so we get into blacks here. And this will, and the shadow, so now the shadow, we're going to go opposite. Instead of going this way, we're going to go this way. We're going to get rid of the shadow detail. Dehaze is another one that'll darken all that up. Turn the highlights up a little bit, I think. Contrast. Yeah, that gets rid of him. So now we don't see this guy. He's a hacker. He makes me nervous. I don't want to see him. So now we can turn up the exposure on the whole image, since we got his face pretty much knocked out. You can do that. Turn this up. Saturation. Turn that down. That's black and white. So you can see the desk, you know, at minus 12 or so. Now you can be using any images that you have. I have a bunch of images on my site, www.416-1100.com. There's tens of thousands of images, and you can click on one of the tabs that says Photo School, and there's a whole album of test images that I use in the class, so people can download them, and you know, we can use the same image. That way you can use the image while I'm doing the image, instead of you kind of like watching me. All right, so we've done what I wanted to do here. So we've basically blocked out his face, so you just see a silhouette of the guy. You see there's a laptop there. You got all these ones and zeros in the background, which makes it look like digital something or other. So Bingo will save that. That's the way I would use that image in advertising. Here's another one. See, hacked. Adjustments, light. We'll do shadow and just turn it up. See, here we can turn it up a little bit and we don't see a face in there so much. So you got hacked. You know, that's, I'll save it. There's a shot out in the parking lot. Oh no, this is in the air show last February. They didn't have one this year because of Bandana Mama. So, you know, you got two ladies there. I see them here every year. So I got new adjustments. Whenever I walk around, they always give me a nice smile. So adjustments. So now we're going to do light, yeah, like we've been doing. Hit shadow, detail, shadow. We can turn up the shadow. See how we brighten up their faces. And I'm also going to turn up the exposure. Looks like there's something, the lighting, you know, against that jet airplane, or maybe the stuff on her dress. We're just going to turn that up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Ooh. So that was an underexposed image. That doesn't happen often. So that looks nice. So let's see. Let's hit crop. Let's see if that horizontal looks okay. It looks a little tippy to me. So we're going to come up here a little bit. Going to come up here a little bit. Make it more of a panorama shot. I think we need to rotate that just a tad. Like this way. That's it. When I snapped them, it was like really fast. You know, you don't have time to do much when you're picking people up off a party. All right, so we did a number on that. We were a little, you see how these people are? They look like they're kind of standing straight up now. Maybe we need to take another look at that crop. So let's watch these two. These also look like they're leaning over that way. So let's rotate that this way a little more. So now that guy is standing straight up with the girl. I mean, you gotta pick whatever you can pick, because we really can't see the horizon. So now they're standing straight up and down. These two are now look like they're more straight. Okay, that was a good find there. All right, we'll save that one. I like it. Check that shadow again. Turn that up a little bit more. Now we have that dehaze from. So let's dehaze it a little bit. See if that. Now the color is left up. Always happens. So now we're going to turn the color down. Oh, that's temperature. Oops. Sorry. We want saturation. We want to turn that down. There we go. See, a lot of times when you do that dehaze trick, it makes the color too saturated. Let's go back to dehaze. Slide that back and forth. I think right about there is good. All right, now we can save it. Oops. Our cleaning lady has just shown up. Banging things around in the background. This is a shot here. I really like this one. Okay, let's, same kind of thing. I think we need a little shadow. How about the shadow? Because the color, the light's coming, hitting her back. So we need to brighten up our face a bit. And of course, then we have to dehaze it because it looks like it's smoky outside. Let's try contrast. I don't like doing contrast because that usually louses up skin tone. Let's go to saturation. Turn that up a little bit. All right, that was. There's a button up in here, and it looks like a window open and close. But what it really is it shows you that's the original, and then it turns blue, and then you hit it again, and it's what you've done to it. Oops. So that's how we got it, and that's how we fixed it. And I see some, yeah, see that pixelation? Well, I call it color noise. Let's fix that up. We can go over here to reduce luminance noise and watch what happens. Oh my God. It cleans up her skin unbelievably. Bingo. Look at that. It's magical. And we can do a little sharpen just so we can see our nails a little bit. With this digital photography, we can really check out everything. And I'm checking her nails to see where she gets her nails done. Just kidding. Okay, so we got rid of some of the freckles, and we got rid of all that noise right in there. Looks good. Save it. Oh, 44. There we go. Now we're back to there's Jimmy smoking a cigar. Yeah, I'm on a microphone speaking to some folks. There's that guy again. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can find one more. How do you like my music in the background, no? That's a new picture. Okay. I'm not going to edit this one. I just want to show you this one. I'm going to touch on this Hyatt. See, this is we'll show you how to do this next time. But you can see I got the Hyatt Place construction progress, January 8th, 2016 at 8 a.m. Shot this from balcony of a building. Notice they're lifting steel, reinforcing steel for the next concrete slab. So this is the Hyatt Place. You can see that this is the last deck of the garage, and now this is the first floor, of the hotel. And here's where, I've done more labeling. Let me show you how to do this. 200-room hotel. It exists. Louis Bossi's is in the first floor of this hotel. So here's meeting rooms up there. Here's the gym and athletic center. Whoops. And here's the pool deck. Nice pool up there. 4-floor parking garage. Holds 250 cars. Here's the first level of 7 levels. So there's going to be 6 more levels on top of this one. And this is taken January 2016. So this, 5 years ago. 5 years and a couple of months. Amazing. And then now it's a busy hotel. There are 200 rooms, and it's always 80% full or more, even during the Pandemic Mama. Here's another job I did with labeling a photo. This is a pretty shot. This is the car show that I happen to see in February. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every year. Except not this year, because of the Pandemic Mama. So this is taken. You can see the shadows. It's probably around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. But you got the. I mean, this is a money shot because you got all these cars. You got a nice red one here. Yeah, there's a white one there. And you got the Boca Hotel and the palm trees and the blue sky. I mean, this is like the perfect picture. So this is with the caption, and this is without the caption. That's more of a square view. I'm not don't really like square views. I'm more into this kind of view, which basically I just cropped it. Took off right below his shoes, and took off half the sky. It's nice. So here's another. This fit better in my website. This aspect ratio, like 4:3. Concurs de Elegance Hangar Party. So the hangar party is the shot of those 2 ladies where I use the shadow detail. That's on the Friday night. And then Saturday and Sunday is the car show. Yep, see these 2. That's the hangar party at the Boca Raton hangar. So, cool. So with that, I think we're going to say it's 12:50 p.m. and we've covered, we did a lot of, we did 5 or 10, probably 10 images, which is good. So next time, let's see if you can have Photoshop Express on your device, and I'll find pictures in my album, and you can find pictures. And you create an album on your iPad or your iPhone. Works on iPhones also. And with that, I think we're going to say good night. So you have a great day, and we'll see you Friday.